Hey there, and welcome back to the Train of Thought, an educational monster train series where we fight the divinity in every run. I actually mentioned this in another video recently, but I'll tell you what, I have had some absolutely crazy work weeks recently that have just been really draining. Most of the time when you're working, like, let's be honest here, no one is going like super hard at their job 40 hours a week, 8 hours straight every day, right? There's ebbs and flows, right? You get in the zone and you're hyper productive for a good chunk, and then something comes up or someone asks you a question and you have to try to like get back and being productive like that. You can't just keep going for the full 8 hours. Turns out the few times that like you're just so busy you have no choice but to keep going for the full 8 hours really burn you out fast. It's rough. So I have been completely drained this past week. Now, fortunately, this is being recorded sometime in the past for when you're seeing it, but I have a holiday coming up that's very exciting. I'm gonna just like an extra day off, and my boss is going to be out of town for a week, which is very exciting. So I'm going to get things done, but not have, hopefully, 7 meetings a day. It's untenably bad. But that's not really what I wanted to talk about. Kind of just an update on why the videos have been so spotty lately. Ugh, it feels bad to do it, but something's got to take a give, right? That's kind of the challenge with it. And it's either this or, I don't know, sleep? Do I need that? Maybe not. Anyway, what I really wanted to talk about today was actually we had a big snow recently, which was quite strange for our area. Where I live, snow usually happens, I would say once a year, something around that area, once, twice maybe. And it's usually not too bad. You get a couple inches, it's pretty, we're all happy, great. This one was a real colossal snow, genuinely impressive. In areas it was piling up really high. We had some snowbanks going like 9 inches up for us, which is a lot. So kind of crazy. So everyone here, of course, because despite the fact that we do get snow annually, we don't get snow enough that people are accustomed to it. So everyone goes completely crazy and loses their mind, and they treat it as if it's literally snowmageddon. So that's what we've been dealing with for the past couple weeks. It's fine. I like going out and playing in the snow. That's great. I still do that, and I'm definitely an adult, I promise. So I don't know. It's just nice going out and messing around with it. I especially like when the snow is falling in really big chunks and you can just like kind of. It's kind of silly sounding, but you kind of like go outside and prance around a little bit and you're like, oh wow, snow. It's super cool. I don't know. There's something very pleasant about like a childlike wonderment in certain parts of nature in the world. So that's where I'm at. Anyway, let's play Monster Train. I'm sure y'all have had some pretty crazy snows too, wherever you're at. Maybe not. I know a lot of folks on who do watch the channel are Canadian. We have some folks who are in the frigid Northlands as well. So some folks who are in climates in Europe that I'm pretty sure do get snow, but I guess I don't know for sure. So I've never been out there when it has snowed. It just seems like it should based on latitudes. So I don't know. Regardless, let me know if you've had any cool snows lately. That would be fun to commiserate / enjoy together, I suppose. Anyway, our previous run, what did we do last time? Our previous run brought us up to 282 wins on the series. It was a little fade run. Turns out I recorded it just before this one, apparently. Not in real time, but in the order of Monster Train recordings. It was an Animus of Will backline. We had a terrible ring 1. We took 32 damage. And a Lady that reformed, but the Animus of Will strategy paid off. We were able to scale it to incredible levels and have a good go of it. So honestly, very successful. Good stuff. Happy to take that win. And now we get to start the downfall of champions. Wurmkin's a good clan, but I'm never excited about our boy Echo Right. I don't know. Anyway, I've said this enough times in the history of this channel. I don't need to repeat why I don't like Echo Right, but every time I see him, I'm like, it's a bummer. Because then it's this one, then it's Prince, then it's Sentient, then it's Tethys, then it's Penumbra. Oof. Fortunately, at least the other channel, or not the other channel, but the other series on the channel is opposite this. There's a reason I do that. So I'm always enjoying one set while I'm suffering through the other. But That's all I got. So as always, do like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I'd be surprised if that were the case, but you know, it would be cool. And let's play some Monster Train. Clicking the buttons. Let's click the buttons and play the game. Has that become a thing I've been saying lately? I think it is. I think I've said it in enough videos, it's becoming a bit of a thing. Yikes. Alright, well, here we are. Hope you're all doing well today. I am doing alright. It is a weekend day for me, which is exciting. Hopefully getting some time off. We've got a very big event in my D&D session later tonight, which is exciting. See how they do on that. And yeah, here we are. So today we are Exile Wurmkin, Exile Hellhorned. I was kind of hoping this was Torches, but we ended up with Queen's Implings. I guess it's fine. I don't hate them because it's really... You got to think about it from this perspective. You're really only ever one Transcend Imp and one Endless away from completely popping off. And then... your run is solved, so it's not that bad when you think about it. Anyway, we're facing Explosive Sigil, Daedalus, Ragefell, Sap Seraph with Shelter, Hidden Passage, Ancient Resonance. All good cards. We have some AoE damage, I like that. Hidden Passage is always very strong, especially with this kind of a clan setup. Most notably because Wurmkin is so large and there's a lot of things we'd like to stack on floors. Additionally, Shelter is an etch, which is fantastic. It's also probably the best early game etch in the clan, so that's good too. Cool. Happy to have them. Let's see. Temples today are 2. All the way to 5, 6, 7. So 4 temples altogether. Seems okay. Dupes on 8 and 7. On 8, it's magic side. Nothing special. On 7, it's kind of just with a horde. It's fine. There is a steel shop, though, with a cave, which is nice if we need it. Random trinket shop with some money on 6. It's decent because it at least has cash, but there's no money in the middle, and it competes with a very strong magic shop with Vortex and Horde, so we'll see. Really good removal dupe on 5. Got a cave with that. Maybe we could overstack something. And it competes with a pretty weak magic shop, so I guess it really depends on how badly we need magic upgrades, but... And then on ring 4, we have no steel, but there is a magic shop with a Hellhorned banner and a random... Vortex Horde. It means we get double steals early, double Wurmkin banners with them as well. So those hidden passages are likely to do some pretty good work on this run, I'm suspecting. So that's great. There is a random Hellhorn banner as well on ring 2 on the magic side if we need it. First Hell Pact. There's value here. We have the spikes. Wurmkin spikes very strong with first Hell Pact, but I think it's got to be Notice Stone, right? I have pings. And I will be etching one way or the other, so I will be taking Notice Stone. Yeah, sure. Grab the money, of course. We're going to grab... Man, we're on one of these, huh? Repeater or Shellsmith. Now, we are in the unique scenario where Repeater is actually pretty decent. Because I have the exact etch card I would want to make Repeater decent. So, I think I will go Repeater here. I'll tell you what, I'm always looking for Martial Lord these days. If it shows me Martial Lord, it's snap click. That's like the Firelight Fade of this champion. It just cleans up the early game in such a big way, whereas I have to think a lot harder and maybe get a little luckier with the other paths. Shellsmith's fine for the record, right? This is not a bad path. I'm going to want this Repeater. I think we grabbed this thanks to the presence of Notice Stone and the fact that we have a really good Consume card here, so great. Moving on, Mark of Invasion. We've got the tools for this. I'm willing to take it. There are plenty of draws that fix it. Yeah, like we can do Queen's Impling here, then you can drop Echo Right, we can ping one out. Seems okay. And we can also get a Train Steward in the mix, which is a pretty good floor, actually. Alright. Tell you what, that is a rough setup. We do manage to hold it out. I take 1 damage. Bummer. But it is what it is, I suppose. I'm going to work on mid-floor, I guess. Do what we can. I didn't get the Collector, unfortunately. Terrible draw on that second turn. Alright, we're going to ping once in the back here. I'm going to ping out the 5-1 on next floor. We are going to Shelter here. We're going to cycle that Shelter, and then that will carry us on this particular combat. I'm just going to play double Shelters on this one. It's fine. I'll take another 2. Not a big risk. Alright, it's clean. I could have put that Queen's Bling upstairs, but it actually just doesn't matter. This gets to the point where it's enough armor, I'm not afraid, right? Yeah, it's... And we're doing 10 damage with an Echo Break? That's pretty cool. Great. It's plenty. I mean, this is kind of the etch you want if you're going to play an opener repeater, so it works out. Bounding Echoes. It's good. I like it. I think I'm going to take the Echo Transfer instead, so I have something that deals damage. It's a bummer that it's not purple, but it is what it is. And... Ritual of Battle, Fledgling Imp. They're both really good. I'm going to Steel Shop, so I'm going to take the Fledgling Imp here, because an Endless would be nice. We'll take that. If I was going to a magic shop, I might consider the other options. Quick is in the shop here. Come on, you can't do the Kinhost Vessel, Kinhost Carapace angle to me, Monster Train. I'm going to take the Carapace, if only because it's a much better infusion into another thing down the road, if we end up on Endless Egg or something. But, yikes. Not good. Not good at all. Wow, that's bad. Kinhost Vessel is pretty much never getting activated in a meaningful way, and actually, in fact, activating it is killing my shelters, so I think we have to take the Kinhost Carapace and hope for the best. Spell Chain. What does Spell Chain offer me? Some good stuff we could get out of it. Intrinsic, huh? Intrinsic on a shelter is a nice way to guarantee some value right away, so I will take that. I don't think we take the Spell Chain, though. Plus 25. Am I going to roll an Endless here? I might look for it. Multistrike. Oof, I don't want to play a Kinhost Carapace. But I guess you take Multistrike when it's shown? Grotesque. Alright, we'll move on. Better that than the other thing, but yikes. Spikes is going to be okay. As long as we have that Intrinsic, so we're guaranteed some value here. How do I want to approach this? Why is this 2 Ember? Monster Train, why is this a 2 Ember unit? Who thought this was a good card? I have to play Echo Right. I need to get an Echo down. But, dang, alright. I mean, I'm going to drop him. He needs the land. And I guess I'll cycle the shelter just so I get it back. Okay. Ping one out. This is what, 6, 5, 11 damage coming in. The thing is, he's dying to the spikes. I really want this collector. I need the money, but it's bad. I guess there's money in the middle if I need it. I think we need to prioritize staying alive here. I can't lose Kinhost Carapace. A ping does a lot here, but I think I need to hold on to the shelter. So what's happening is 3, 3, 5. He's taking 8. He dies on the first hit. He's going to die anyway. Yeah, it's a tragedy. Okay. Well, it's not good. So what we're going to do is we're going to make an Imp floor. And that's pretty much what this Monster Train run is becoming. I don't see how we live here. It's pretty much where I'm at. Maybe he can do it. I don't know. This seems unlikely. Do we have faith? Do I have faith? 40 damage? Maybe. Maybe I have faith? Can you do it, bud? Wait for it. You need to attack 5 times, so you need 30 health. I'll tell you what. He does it. Alright, thanks, Repeater, I guess. Brother pulls off the 1v1. I only take 8 for the trial. I'll take this Bounding Echoes here. It's purple and gives other things purple. We need that. I'm also going to grab Vent. I would like this cheap AoE that I'm much more likely to invest in than Ancient Resonance. Welder Helper's nice, but still. We're going to the right here, I suspect. I could still use a better unit. It's unfortunate. I don't get another temple for like ages, it feels like, but I need something to put in front of the dude and to put into the dude. We see an Endless, that's good. Okay, Keeper of Echoes. Now we're cooking, right? Like, we're grabbing the Keeper of Echoes. Now, the problem that you're going to face here is I can't make this multi-strike work, right? I either give up Keeper's extremely good area of effect ability for a really mediocre infusion, or I give up multi-strike. Do you want me to just take Endless on the Fledgling Imp and move on? Let's grab this money, and then we can do both. Yeah, here you go. Reroll this. Killing me, man. You're killing me, dog. I hate this. I don't have to make up my mind yet. This is really unfortunate. This draft order is so bogus. I mean, Keeper of Echoes Infusion is tolerable. It's tolerable. Not going to give him a large stone. This just seems bad. Alright, fine. Let's look. If they give me a tiny stone, I'll just put it in Keeper and give up the ghost. Alright, we get a consumable. I don't know what I want from a consumable here. They're all going to consume, so they got to be really good, or why am I taking them? So, like, Umbra is going to be, what? Prismal Dust would be the only real consideration here. I'm not taking a Space Prism, for sure. I guess I'll look at the Awoken one. Would I grab in a Wildwood Sap? You could do some silly things with it into the early game, I guess, but I could also just do that with a ton of armor, so... Oh, I get to look at the other ones. I always forget that that's even an option. I get to look at all three? What? Prismal Dust. Wow, they showed it to me. I don't think I need this, right? I skipped on the first Hell Pact anyway, so if I had first Hell Pact, I would snap click a Prismal Dust here. Instead, I'm just going to, I guess, grab 30 gold out of this event. In the rare instance, it gives it to me. A real bummer all around. I guess I have a multi-strike, so we'll make it work, but we're chilling here at 30. Yikes. I mean, I have the Endless Imp. It's strong, so we can do something with that. But this is otherwise a pretty depressing floor. You want plus 10, plus 10? Yeah, you're darn right I do. But I really don't get a choice, do I? I need to hold on to this shelter. I need a magic shop is what I need. I think I'm going that way. Make this thing 0 cost, so I'm cycling it for free instead of for 1. But I need to hold on to it. It's really important to get it in the pool. Now, see, here's your problem. I can't actually play the Keeper of Echoes without and the shelter, so I guess we're just clicking the Keeper of Echoes and hanging out, which is a huge bummer. I am going to be able to vent out mid-floor, though, thanks to Notice Stone, so I'll take that, at least. But otherwise, pretty nasty. I need to draw the other one now. Kidding me, everyone. This is rough. I can't play the Echo Transfer, not enough purples. Real bad floor, honestly. Just no good, very bad day. I guess I might as well put the Queen's Impling on my floor. It will scale, assuming I draw literally anything purple in the future. So, here's hoping. Okay, we can at least scale something. I'll take it. I'll take it. This is not a Fledgling Imp angle. I guess I'll put a number down on middle, get rid of it at least. I'm pretty confident we're losing Keeper on this floor because he's elevatoring. Yeah, of course he is. So, huge bummer. We can stop the bomb at least, which is something. I mean, we're doing it kind of, right? 10, 15, 15. Waste most of that. We get 36 in the back, so you ping in the back here for sure. This does something, at least. We managed to cycle at least something back. We get slapped for a good chunk there. It's not looking great, but we can at least generate armor now, which I appreciate. So it's something, I suppose. Do I want an elevator, a man upstairs? Actually, I think I kind of want to just scale here, right? +1/+1, every little bit adds up. Well, fair enough. We got the purple thing, so that's a really good pickup, at least. I'm happy about this. We need to generate armor, so I am going to ping, shelter, and then vent. I guess the other floor, sure. Now, we might get the bounding echoes. We actually roll pretty decently here. I think we're going to stay afloat thanks to the way this pans out. Yeah, we're actually good. We make it through the combat only taking so much damage. It's still not good. Let's be clear. This run is shaky at best right now. Transcend Imp, I mean, we snap a Transcend Imp. I already talked about it. Steelworker. Steelworker is a better infusion than Keeper, but Keeper's a better effect. I could self-infuse? Alpha Fiend? On a Steelworker, the Kinhost Carapace? The problem is I need the Keepers in order to actually benefit from anything here. I'm actually going to grab the Steelworker in case we hard pivot, right? Yeah, we might hard pivot on it. Now, I will say, Magic Shop cleans this up a bit if I can make that initial shelter free, which I will be able to do on Ring 4. So that helps. It's not Curse Fell. I mean, that helps a truckload. I think we can then turn it into a card draw play here, which is good. Keep us moving in the right direction. Give us momentum back, which I think we need. This Magic Shop is pretty much mandatory, in my opinion. Yeah, we're going to -1 the shelter that is free. I mean, that is intrinsic. I need to play this on turn 1, and I need it to function. For sure, for sure. Now, the remove consume is genuinely plausible on bounding echoes, because I don't really want to bring the bounding echoes back. Now, because I'm cycling shelter, I don't need Shellsmith. So I think we will Repeater 2 and go in for Repeater 3 here, which is exciting if we can pull it off. Horned Warrior is multi-strike, but he suffers the same problem as Keeper of Echoes, except for the fact that he is just like straight up objectively superior. I guess he's one space, so alright, fine, but yikes. I might not actually be afraid of the multi-strike infusion here. If I can actually generate purples on turn 1, we'll have more armor than anything else. But giving up Keeper of Echoes HP scaling is not ideal. Man, is this really just going to be like Kinhost Carapace on a floor with a bunch of Keeper of Echoes? Maybe. Maybe. These otherwise don't feel great. Alright, skipping it. This doesn't feel good. I think I want to make Bounding Echoes not consume. That way eventually I can cycle double shelters here, which I think will be powerful. I'm going to re-roll this. Holdover. Huh. Holdover on this vent potentially does truckloads of work. Queen's Tail is a yes, please. I have imps. Okay. This makes me really want to lean into Fledgling Imp scaling. It is Queen's Tail for sure. That is an Ember generator for my deck as well. So I think the holdover here is on event. I would like it to be. We'll want to look for a +30 potentially. But more importantly than anything, it benefits from Notice Stone scaling. So I think that is a payout. We'll do this. And I want to make the other shelter free. Although I maybe save that for a -2 so I could double stack it. Alright, let's make Bounding Echoes free for now. This is fine. It's a lot of investment, a lot of money spent, but I feel a lot stronger because of it. So that's pretty good. Multistrike. Now this is Conduits, so he only ever gets one resolve trigger. We should be okay. I think the intrinsic on that shelter does a lot of work for us here. Okay. Do we want to commit to pinging out Conduits? It's risky. But it might be it. And I could also self-ping instead and get a 2-space Kinhost Carapace. But I think the plan here is 1-space Kinhost, 2-space Echo Right, and we get Keeper on the floor. Yeah, that's going to have to be it, right? So we're going to go like this. So we shelter for nothing, Ripperino, and then we are going to ping out one downstairs. We're going to hang out for the vent. I should be able to commit to clearing them out. Oh gosh, not with this draw order. What? It's bad. It's extremely bad. I need to imp to draw imp, pretty much. Imp, draw something. Okay, that's not going to do it. Great. This is a terrible hand. Alright, we may actually just be passing away here, but I need to draw well here. Okay, we fortunately do draw well here, so I'm not passing away. Fortunately, thank you, Ancient Resonance, for existing. You save the entire run. There were a lot of options I could have drawn. I think I could have gotten away with it using pings as well, but yikes. Not ideal. And now the shelter actually has something to chew into. We are leaking this man upstairs, but we're not dead from it. We will hopefully stabilize here. I'm going to ping out one of these guys. I do want to play the shelter first, and then I wish to echo transfer here. And I want to vent. Actually, I'm going to elevator the guy on middle, and then this works in my favor, so I don't have to hold over the vent. We're taking another 5. Suboptimal, but sure. Need to generate armor. Not even close, right? I think I need to play the fledgling at middle and hopefully kill one of these guys. This guy in front. I guess he's dying. Fascinating. Hope no one's happy about that, I suppose. We need to generate armor, and it's not particularly close, so blast the guy on middle for some number, because I need to kill that guy in back. There's pretty much no way around it. We do get it, which is good. This is essentially going to be ping, 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 shelter, echo transfer, and that's pretty... I think this gets through the boss. I'll take it. I will take it. Stop 2 damage in the back. You may as well. And then we get to generate armor. We're out. Alright. I mean, I could have done this too. It's fine. We get out. I think we're strongly saved by staying sub 50 shards, but man, that was a bad draw. Oh, but we hit the rail hammer. It's online. Broken Memories is a free etch, but we really don't have any etch synergies, and it's not purple, sadly, so... Trying to think. This doesn't really benefit me here, unfortunately. I'm going to skip it for money, since we don't have much of it. I'll take March of Shields. You think I won't? I will. It's purple. Alright, this is not removal dupe action. We do not have good things for this. I'm going to the left, and we're looking at this magic shop. And the cave is not impressive, though. There's stuff it could be, right? Tiny Stone would make Keeper of Echoes much more attractive. I think we need to go to the left, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm going to go left here. Hold over again. It's a thought. The -1s are really why I came here, but we'll see. A double stack helps. Intrinsic. It's not great. This is not good. We didn't get a +30, so also not ideal. Spellchain Echo Transfer is probably online. And then infusion-wise, I think it's Steelworker lives. I think it's Steelworker into Carapace here. And then we keep the Keeper of Echoes, and we look for anything there. That is 9 armor and AoE, which is pretty good. Intrinsic, so that I guarantee a... What? Intrinsic to guarantee an echo on turn 1 can be impactful. So... Sure. Now, unfortunately, I did make Bounding Echoes 0 cost. Not ideal. Let's make March of Shields free here, and then let's actually put the Intrinsic on that. This gives me some initial scaling that hopefully outpaces Divinity Sweep and puts an Echo on the board, which is important. I think this holdover is a skip. Echo Transfer is an attractive holdover, but it also is 4 Echoes until I can Bounding Echoes it, so that's pretty rough. But it is pretty strong. What else would I take here? A double stack, potentially? Would I grab that? It's expensive. I don't want to 20 consume random things. It's worth pointing out, I could 20 consume the vent, and then I could have brought that back with the eventual second pickup of the second repeater proc, but I don't think that's going to be it. Holdover. If I can line this up, it's quite good, though. I feel like I need this. I don't have the multi-strike in the... Yeah, I don't think I can do it otherwise. Let's take the -1 here and be happy with it. Yeah, so the -1 is just going in the other shelter for now. It'll be fine. If I see a -2, I'll put it in Ancient Resonance. Sure. Okay, it's a rough run, but we're still afloat. This seems free. This seems free. Mark of Invasion's no problem. Anytime you're, like, seriously looking at the Steelworker infused into a Kinhost Carapace on your floor is a pretty bad day. So, let's be honest here. This is not a great run. We're not pleased with this. I need to reduce the damage I take here. I'm going to Hidden Passage one of these 2 damage guys to the Pyre and let it sit. Better 2 than 6. Let's put it in perspective. Bounding Echoes. Good. I can get some initial scaling here from the Kinhost Vessel. I can't believe I missed the Collector. I have the ability to do damage to it. I could play the Shelter and ping him out, but I desperately have to put Kinhost Carapace down or I am throwing. So I think we sadly drop him in the back, and then we toss in the Shelter. And I mean, now our survivability is cooking, right? We're doing it. Like, this is it, right? This gets it. The thing that you have to be cautious about is just that... Oh, I should really play the Shelter first, shouldn't I? Yeah. Probably should just ping this guy out and stop 30 damage, huh? Yeah, let's do that instead. Seems decent. We gotta watch out for accidentally using too many Echoes. But we do need to make sure our damage improves, so... Imps are good. Don't forget to play Imps, y'all. Play Imp. Play Unit. Alright, fine. Okay, we're generating a lot of Echoes because we do have 1 purple here. Okay, first things first. Ping 1. Good. Play Shelter. I don't want to even put down the other Shelter, so let's buff here. Not enough Echoes. Bummer. Let's draw a card. Hey, a ping. Great. I'll take it. How much damage is Vent doing right now? Probably enough, right? It's fine. I'll hold over the Vent. Actually, I won't get it because of the Clip Shaman. That's funny. Well, whatever. It's fine. We'll draw a solution. Just simply draw an answer. Yeah, look. It's actually super easy. We just simply play 50 cards first, and eventually... Yeah, look, we get it. Echo Break kills the man. Great job. Once you get the purple plus this actually looks decent, right? I'll draw a card, sure. I will Inspire. It's not great, but I mean... if you look at the numbers here, we have it. So that is a factual statement if I've ever spoken one. Yeah, numerically we have it. So that's fun. That's fun, I suppose. Great. What a run of Monster Train this is cooking up to be. I need to get rid of some space taking things, like units need to go. Yikes. Well, we get the trial. Oh, man. Force contamination is probably pretty good. Let's grab that. It's purple. I like it. Tiresome Climb is really strong. Inferno's really strong. I think it's Inferno. We're going to generate enough defense to outpace Divinity here. So, what am I doing now? Remove cards. Yeah, it's going to be left here. I didn't get the collector, so I'm kind of sitting on too little gold to really do a lot with this trinket shop. So we're going to the magic shop here. Remove, consume. Golden Vault? It's late enough. I don't think wing clippings helps us. It actually messes us up because it doesn't get consumed, and then you're kind of just like, whoops, I don't get it back. So we'll take the vault. That helps. I'm going to cook out with some removals, some train stewards. They are bad. Give me a -2. Yes. -2. Inferno. Active. Purge. What do you purge from this position? Probably the Ancient Resonance, if I'm being honest with you. We can draw better things. How many dupes do I have access to? 2? Want to just make 3 copies of zero cost Inferno? It's probably pretty good, actually. Yeah, what if I just Inferno floors to death? That seems nice. Cool, let's reroll. I want more -1s. Permafrost, interesting. I only have one more temple, and then this vent might be depressing, but we'll see, I guess. I could permafrost a hidden passage. This has the added benefit of maybe letting me connect multiple guys on the floor. Inferno will clear waves if I make 3 of them and draw fast enough. The imps are essentially free units if I remember to play them, so kind of whatever. The fledgling imp sadly is kind of bad, unfortunately. Wasted money, but the run could have gone that direction, so I'm not terribly upset about it. We also need to think about what our second consume card will be. There is a strong argument for 20 consume vent. It's... Look, it's not ideal. No one's happy about this. Do I have to make this decision now? I'd like to look at this temple first. No, I can make the decision on ring 8. Alright, we're fine. I'm over here just like, well... Do I need to? I kind of want to do -1 in a removal instead of the permafrost here. Just simply draw faster. Make an echo break free. This is fine. And then we'll cut another train steward, get that guy out of here. This will improve our draws considerably. I do not take random 25 and consumes. I will, however, purge the Ancient Resonance here. Do I infuse here? What would I put into what? We could always go to a steel shop and make Transcendent maybe just win the run on ring 7. But I really think this run is way more consistent if I just make 3 copies of this Inferno. So I actually think we're just not going to commit to the Transcendent. It's basically a 1-cost draw and do some stuff, and that's actually okay. I don't think I infuse anything on the Keeper of Echoes. I guess you could give him the Train Steward. It's really not worth it, actually. Just really not, if I'm being clear with you. Dupe Infernos instead. My floor looks absolutely janked out. This is not enough. This is not worth the 25 shards. Our run is too janky right now to throw 25 shards at 15 health. We move on, I think. Yeah, we're walking. Okay. There are some things that maybe we could hit. Are there? I'm trying to think if there's anything I actually would be excited about putting into the Keeper from this position. This is what? Just Keeper Echo, right? Yes, and then we go March of Shields, Ping 1, Shelter. The hidden passage doesn't do anything, but I'm going to click it because you can't stop me. So there's that. Now here, I mean, we basically go... we Inferno middle because I can. Fun. I then play the lad upstairs. Right, drop it in. And we get the etch here. And our defense is now cooking. The Steelworker's doing great. So, neat. Now we hit this Bounding Echoes. And that's pretty much just fantastic. And what? We vent into... we vent on middle, actually? Maybe? I think we shelter upstairs for the buff, and then we vent middle. Because this guy's getting mega buffed here. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. So we'll be able to generate enough damage here. Yeah, this thing's pushing like 56 damage. So we need to end his natural existence a bit. So I think this is easy. If I ping in front, vent, and then shelter and then vent, I think we have it. Play Imp, because it's free. Alright, let's actually just not mess around with these numerically. And let's go... shelter first. Then we echo transfer, and then I will vent here because it regenerates the purple I need. Yeah, okay, fine. Now, my eventual plan is I need to draw through to... yeah, I need to draw around for the Bounding Echoes. That's the word I'm looking for. Over thinking, like, what am I trying to draw into? That is it. So we managed to clear backline guy. We are ahead here thanks to Steelworker Infusion. We draw an Inferno. We Shadow Realm the middle floor. That's great. I also get to get rid of the Ancient Resonance here, which, yeah, I will click it. Get rid of that real fast for me. Then I'm going to double tap the Echo Transfer. I will bring Fell upstairs and shoot. It doesn't actually get push numbers through, unfortunately. I thought it might mathematically reach it, but it's okay. I'll bring her back. Get up here, lady. Do you play Fledgling Imp just to draw a card? Sure, why not? I am happy about the state of this upstairs, however. Managed to push some real big numbers here. We will continue to vent. It's numerically pretty good to do. So, fine. This imp technically just replaces himself, so I don't actually hate it, right? There's nothing about this that's like, oh, it's unfortunate. No, it's actually fine. So, sure. A little out of purple generation. I need to draw this Bounding Echoes, please. Thank you. Hey, look, we did it, alright? Great job. Inferno the boss. That seems like a good play. And then you Queen Zimpling here to draw something other than Fledgling Imp next turn. And then this is purple. Alright, we're doing it, I think. The event is really quite depressing. I'm not going to play it here? Yeah. I would rather draw literally anything else at this point. I'll tell you what, it's not great, but it is winning. This is, I would describe this as not ideal, but it is winning. So, sure. Why not, Monster Train? Impalate is a good card, right? It's purple. It does 105 damage. I'm not removing any imps because they're... I mean, I might remove the Endless Imp. It kind of just replaces himself. He's not very good, but I'll take the Impalate. It's fine. Even if I reduce it down to 90, it's good. Is it card draw here? It might actually just be card draw thanks to Queen's Tail. And that would certainly help offset the vent a little bit. I think it is just card draw here. Great. Cool. Well, fair enough. And we're going to chase some dupes, which is always fun. We like it. Scorched Steel is armor 9, which is just superior to hammered chestplates in every way here, thanks to Rail Hammer, so sure. I'll take the initial stat buff. A 10 in Piercing will go into Vent. Great, this card is now functional. Fantastic. A -2 will not go somewhere. I don't know where I would put that. Yeah, I guess we just leave it alone, right? We're not chasing 200 shards here. I don't have to click everything. There's no real benefit to a lot of these, so I think we're okay. The dupe here is, wait a second, there it is, Inferno. Just make more of these cards, please. And we will go Repeater 3. Now, at this point, I'm able to play both shelters, and we can make it look real good here. So that's great. Thanks, Repeater. I haven't played a Repeater run in an age. We move on. Repeater is potentially high value, right? Arc of Invasion, I can take this. It's potentially high value because there's stuff like Last Stand, which really cooks here, right? Wow, I really do just lose my guys, huh? Anyway, I'm going to Inferno top floor before I play anything. And I think I'm going to drop in... Who's more important? Kinho's Carapace with Multistrike, or Keeper of Echoes with some scaling. Probably, if I'm being real with you... It's tough, right? It's a real bad card draw, and it's going to take me ages to draw back around. Who's more important? Multi-striker has to be, right? He absolutely has to be. The only other question I have then is, do I make him 1 space or 2 space? Because if he's 2 space, I can't play the Keeper later. I think we'll keep him at 1. I played the Inferno. Right. So we've already lost it. So basically what we should do is give up the Ghost. We go Echo right first. Put the March of Shields on him. Then we drop Kinho's behind, and he gets large. And that'll have to do. Okay, fine. Well, I drew an Inferno for mid-floor. That's just fantastic news. Super peachy. I will play a Queen's Impling. That's cool. We like that. I will ping stuff upstairs. That's also cool. I like that. Purples are your friends. We will play the Shelter. I will play the Vent. I will play the Echo Transfer. Sure, right? I don't want to... This is just a normal Darkwings. All right, cool. Sure, play the guy. Let's put a Train Steward down, maybe? We should get rid of him. One consideration is we could elevator the Keeper back into the floor later. But we have enough turns, I'm not too worried about it. This is good. This is a great Bounding Echoes turn. Makes all of this super playable. We're going to Shadow Realm this man in front on middle. I will remember to play the Queen's Impling, which is just strong to do. Blast some guys downstairs. Great news. We lead with the Shelter upstairs because I want to preserve the 1 Ember. Right? And then we want to pull our Echoes, then we Vent at the end. I will Vent once middle, because the second Vent next floor will kill that last guy. And we should be out. I think this actually does win the run. Yeah, I think so. Yes. Get to 1 Ember. Right. Then we go 1 Shelter, 2 Shelter, Echo Transfer, Vent. And we only take a lot less damage here. And now we get double Shelter draws, which are pretty good as far as everything is concerned. Top floor is not looking that great, but do I want to draw the Transcendimp into something else here? I might as well. I can blast this guy on middle, actually. I think we'll just let it cook, and that's fine. I'll ping in front. Oh, it won't matter. I'll Vent in front, actually. Yeah, we'll ping in back. We do the double Shelters. Echo, Transfer, Vent, clear floor. Great. Okay, we're doing it. Inferno mid-floor, great. Just get rid of that guy. And then we can play the Keeper here, and that's fine too. And upstairs, it's as simple as continue to do the normal stuff. Make big numbers, and then perform functional Vent that clears floor. Great work. Alright, and then eventually, hopefully, we draw the escalator for our lad. Great, get on the floor, bud. Let's go. I can then put him in front, which is fun. Good draw. And the rest of this is pretty clean, I think. I clear bottom, right? Yeah, I can do it later. I want to keep generating purples now that I have the guy on the floor, so great. And we Inferno middle. Great job. Good draws. Continue sending it. Get a melee weakness in. Yeah, this looks good. Cool. Great. We shelter first, so I have the one ember. Yeah. The order here is weird. Normally I wouldn't want to shelter until the floor is full, but because I have a spell chain copy of the Echo Transfer that is, like, pulling the ember, I can't vent first, which means the order has to be kind of weird. But it's good. We're good, right? Managed to actually keep our keeper alive, which is pretty cool here as well. So, now granted, the keeper did steal some melee weakness value there, but it worked out in the end anyway. Soul Crushing Guilt, we're going to snap click that. Yes, that card is good. Inflame is an objectively acceptable use of -1s in this case. So, okay, sure. We have some rage generation. We chase a dupe. We're going to take some pyro remains. I will grab the Divine Horde, but I'm going to look in here first. Bog Slime is very promising, in fact. Bog Slime's great. Improved Firebox prevents the issue I just had where I draw Keeper of Echoes and Kinhost Carapace on the same turn. That alone makes it very valuable. I click this. I will take Bog Slime. Yes. Strong value argument for Lightstone Casing here. Is there anything I can add that will make something third slot feel better? I don't know. Give me a double stack? No? Boo hiss. Now, what do I 20 consume something here? I don't think so. The vent is cooking as is. We got the 10 in piercing. That's great, right? We're happy about it. We're going to -1/-1 the inflame, as I discussed. The remove consume on this shelter has value if I have something else to consume, but I don't. So I think we skip. We'll use this money on a reroll. Holdover again. It's not what I wanted, but, you know, fine, I suppose. I wanted a double stack so I could double stack the Soul Crushing Guilt, but I actually think we are just going to hold over the Soul Crushing Guilt for now. And I'm going to reroll here and hope we can afford something on the reroll. Yeah, Echo Seedling seems pretty decent. I can just make multiple copies and burst out some shelters on turn 1. It's actually a crazy amount of survivability. Tempered Talisman puts Inferno at a 103. Doesn't matter. It's the vent at 13. Does that help? Vent at 13 means I need only 1 Ember or 2 Notice Stone procs. The Echo Seedling doesn't cause any problems for me, by the way, because the only things I'm consuming are these things, and they're the exact same functionally. So really all it does is it puts more copies in the pool. The problem is if they end up without purple, then I could draw non-purple ones later. So I actually think we just take the removals here. Genuinely. I'm going to dupe, you guessed it, Inferno. It turns out Inferno is good. So what are we removing then? Train Steward? Yeah, I think we just buy double removals here. We cut Train Steward, and we might cut that Transcend Imp, actually. He's not bad, but he does cost me an Ember in a way that I'm not pleased with, really. The other imps are all free. I think it is Tia. I think Tia goes. Yeah, I think Tia goes. Alright, goodbye Tia. I feel pretty decent about this. I'll toss a plus 25, a plus 10 rather, in this Echo Break. Seems decent. It's upgraded. Alright, we have no Golden Vault value, but I'm not upset about it. I think this all helps, right? I think everything we've done has been a necessary thing to win. So, gosh, random Kinhost Carapace run go. Wow. All right, Monster Train. It's a Train of Thought episode, all right? 165 out of 100. It gets to the Divinity. This run is absolutely busted in a bad way. This run is just broked, in my opinion. Thank goodness this isn't Patient. That's all I've got to say. All right, we airdrop in the lad. Great. Get some scaling moving. We do get the double shelters out of the gate, which I appreciate, so that's cool. Fun. I can and should play a Queen's Impling to draw a card, which lets me Inferno middle. I will play Steelworker in the back upstairs. I will shelter to generate echoes, then echo transfer and leave that spell chain copy in. Alright, the Bog Slime is already doing excellent work here. Please draw me Bounding Echoes. Monster Train, you must simply do the thing. I haven't seen most of my good cards here yet. And I have Queen's Tailed here, so I think I benefit more from double sheltering into a buff here. Yeah. Once we see that Bounding Echoes, this looks way better, but until then, this looks absolutely awful. Great, well, we saw it, so that's important. What a good card this is. What a fantastic, excellent, really good card. Wow, okay. How are we doing this? I would like to play the Queen's Impling to draw a card, so I can Inferno middle. That seems decent. Great. Let's double ascend for no real reason other than that we can. Generate a lot of this. Hit the Echo Transfer in the back, and then we vent out. We still do take a chunk here, but it's not killing us. And we generate a lot of value from Keeper of Echoes, which is great news. Do not Inferno my own floor, please. Thank you. I am going to slam the Soul Crushing Guilt when I can. I think this is really straightforward, though. I'm gonna buff. I'm gonna Soul Crushing Guilt the boss. Then we vent here. Managed to push 600 through, which is fantastic. So that feels decent. Then a Queen's Impling draws me a card. Great work. I just keep the Soul Crushing Guild going on the boss here. We ping. We double shelter here. And then we play everything else and we save health. Our armor generation is over 200 here. I mean, I think the floor is fine. Our damage is really, if I'm being honest with you, our damage isn't good. I'm not going to get high enough to insta-give this guy. So I think we actually have to force contamination the middle dude here. I think so. Yes. One ping. We then shelter spam while we have the extra stuff. I'm going to go ahead and force contamination in the middle to kill him. I then am buffing here. I then am venting here. I then am Soul Crushing Guilt in the back. Okay, that's a functional turn. The Infernos, I think, are going to save my run in Divinity. We will be relying on them to clear wide waves. Indeed. Anyway, here's a Fledgling Imp, I guess. Alright, let's play it all out. Keep the Soul Crushing Guilt going. We vent to stop 45 damage going to the Pyre. Alright, I mean, it's functional, right? It's functional. It is indeed getting there. It's certainly trying not to, but, you know, the numbers don't lie. Is basically the way you should see it. We're generating a disgusting amount of armor. Alright, we have it. Great work. Go team. Press end turn. I'm not messing around with this. Good. Alright, now is Divinity going to look as good? There's a serious argument, for the record, of skipping the vent when I draw it. What is this? Oh, I was really hoping for blank pages. I could have put something else on my floor and ascended it, but that's okay. Shard of Divinity is also fantastic here. My hope here is that maybe we drop the vent until it scales to a point where it's good, and then we can Inferno more consistently with fewer holdover cards. But a turn 1 Inferno does just buy me a whole turn here, which is pretty much optimal. I need to get the Keeper on the floor, I think, so we are not going to mess around. I will play... How am I approaching this? I don't need the Keeper on the floor quite yet. Yeah, I don't. Then we put Echo Right. Then I March of Shields Echo Right. I can actually create a pretty powerful Kinhost buddy on turn 1, and I play Shelter off floor so the Queen's Impling still dies. It's an interesting angle, but yeah, we actually get our lad on the floor, which is very exciting. I want to draw a card. Thank you. I want to ascend the lad now. And I think we're doing it, right? I think we're doing it. Okay, it'll work. It's working, okay? We've got it. Bounding Echoes, numero uno. Great hit here. Alright, Inferno mid-floor. Goodbye, friends. I need to daze the boss. There's pretty much no way around that piece of this. There's one more Inferno in my deck here. Great. I can just vent downstairs and make some good progress on this. Play the Shelter. Scale damage. Important, right? Has to happen, and I play the Soul Crushing Guilt. I don't think we need to hold on to the Soul Crushing Guilt, right? It's vent bottom floor. I need to clear 3 of these guys in case I don't hit the Inferno. I just need to daze him enough that I don't have to think about him, right? That's kind of the main goal. Play a Queen's Impling here. Draw a card. Good. Play Queen's Impling, draw a card. Yeah, see, we didn't hit the vent in time, so I needed to do the way I did this here. Which is good. Great. So ping boss, I suppose. And then we will double Shelter here. And Echo Transfer here. And then we finish with the Daze, and I vent middle. Though I will actually take the opportunity to play the other Impling. There's no reason not to. Mid-floor is clearing now. This guy might... We might not clear the whole wave, right? It's kind of the risk we run on this one. We're going to Inferno the boss. That's very important. Impelate might actually be really relevant here. Huh, I think it is, actually. Forced Contamination is also very relevant. So... Okay, start with the Shelters. These are good. They increase my damage on vent. We're going to Force Contamination in the middle here. Are we? What if I Echo Transfer in front? If I can get him over 147... Fascinating. Right? We Echo Transfer in front, and then we can Force Contamination in middle. And yeah, you clear the floor in a very clever fashion. This vent is getting to a point where it's pretty toasty. I like it. Alright, feeling good about how that turn went. Now, can we beat the mini-boss? Good question. Good question. If I can't, I have an answer for it. That answer is called... What is it? The answer is called Daze. I could just simply turn off his ability to do things. Let's play Fledgling Imp. It just replaces itself. Sure, why not? I have left cluttered Echo Transfer copies in my deck. Who's getting the Inferno here? Mid-floor's getting the Inferno. It cleans up these Gilded Wings. With any luck, I can draw another Inferno next turn. Yeah, let's just blast mid-floor. Great, that floor's clean. Work on mini-boss. Let's double shelter here before clicking anything else. Let's echo transfer a few times here. Let's generate more here. We're not pushing it, so I'm going to daze the mini-boss here. He's looking at what? This is what, 670, 680? 680, so he's taking a little bit. So I do think I need to actually just daze him right quick. And then we could vent out bottom, actually, and make a meaningful dent on it. But I also kind of like keeping the purple generation upstairs consistent, so... yeah, he's going to walk up and then get killed. Fantastic. Draw an Inferno, please. Fantastic. Honestly, it's great. This Bounding Echoes is a great pickup because the shelters are now cooking. I'm going to need to daze this Pyre Wings, aren't I? That's true. I am going to need to daze that Pyre Wings. But I'm not worried about it quite yet. Yeah. Daze the boss a little bit here. Keep the scaling going. We got the good roll on the mini-boss here, so I feel okay about the state of our run. 8 days. If I hit Relentless, I think we have it. So Inferno has essentially solved my run in glorious fashion, which is truly great. I can also bring my Keeper forward now, finally, which is good. Happy to see it. I will, I guess, draw the Fledgling and see what we roll. Sure, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Begin thy scaling. And then daze the guy that's going to apply Ember Drain to everyone. I'm going to actually vent mid-floor here to get rid of the guy who's going to extinguish, trigger everything. Alright, cool. Since we have... now we have the echoes on each shelter. They're generating 4 a pop, so... now this Inferno goes middle 10 times out of 10. I will vent bottom floor to stop these Curse Boys, and we should totally cleanly take the rest of this, right? Yeah, we have the rest of this. This gets it. Good. Purple Generation, Echo Transfer. I always have to linger a little bit because I want to make sure I'm not accidentally clicking Soul Crushing Guilt on my own units, because that would be a tragedy. But we're golden. Alright, we're through. Whew, good job, everyone. We did it. We did it. Monster Train has bestowed upon us the W. Which is great. Fantastic news all around. Click the cards. This whole run is just random Kinhost Carapace. So sure. Why not? Fair enough. It does enough damage to get there. The random Keeper of Echoes also actually relevant in my opinion. Everything here mattered. I guess the score won't be that bad either. We didn't take damage on these last combats, so what am I worried about? This run is a fantastic example of... I talk about this a lot. Taking Multistrike when you see it. Now, there were some other opportunities later, like the Horned Warrior, right? We did see a random Horned Warrior, so we could have made it work. But there actually was a genuine benefit here to the Kinhost Carapace, in that if I drew him second, would always fit behind a 5-space floor, and if I drew him first, I could ascend the Keeper onto the floor. So, in a unique twist, the single upgrade Kinhost Carapace, by the way, is good enough to win this run, sort of wildly. A terrible unit that we have made functional, question mark? I have a 56k score. I shouldn't be mad about this. Really, though, huge shoutouts to an early notice stone with a full-on repeater line. This is big. The purple generation down the road with the random Keeper of Echoes is really good with that Bounding Echoes plus double shelters. Genuinely potent. That is a +4/+4 to my whole floor, guaranteed in 2 cards every turn. And those 2 cards are free because Echo Right is returning them to my hand. It is not a draw cost. That makes it significantly better than something held over. So, really quite compelling there. Echo Right, I think honestly this would have gone really badly with Shellsmith, so I'm glad that we went in on the resolve for the repeater action thanks to the early shelter. That early intrinsic on shelter also really paid off, let me tell you that much. Even though it was really jank when it cost 1 ember and we ate dirt on a number of combats, Ring 4 looked bad, but really powerful, though. I mean, this actually worked out really well. And then Inferno saves the rest of the run. We had enough density here with my holdovers that I was able to draw this quickly enough to answer the question of mini bosses, bosses, waves, things like that. I actually think some of the scarier waves were on Seraph, right? Because they're just wide waves and a lot of elite shade wings. So those are kind of scary, actually. But we did clear them out, so that's good. Crazy. Yeah, what a wild run. The completely random Kinho's Carapace. Sure, why not? Anyway, that's a win. We'll take it. That's 283 wins in the series. Go team. So, hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.